Friends, we're on a roll doing reaction videos today. I am going to do a reaction video of a band I really like. Last week we had we did a live YouTube, live stream, whatever you want to call it. And we had a good friend of our channel and Patreon, and just a good guy, good friend in general, Mike Machete. He kind of caught me off guard. He asked me, it was just like a Q&A session, and he caught me off guard. And he said, Brian, you're Canadian, eh? I said, yeah, I'm Canadian, eh? That's what it's all about. He said, who are your favorite Canadian bands? And he kind of caught me off guard. And the first band that popped to my mind, again, you know, as you guys educate me, I'll educate you. It was a Canadian band called Saga, S-A-G-A. For those of you really into music, were around in the early 80s, they had some hit songs, On the Loose, Wind 'Em Up, The Flyer. They had a bunch of hits back then. They're definitely a progressive rock band for sure. They all have chops. They're phenomenal musicians. I really like them. And I remember even as a kid listening to their songs on the radio. And you know when you listen to a song, it just takes you on this ride where you just kind of lose reality. No, I didn't take anything. I wasn't into drugs or anything. But, you know, you listen to some music and it's very magical and it takes you on a ride. I always felt like this when I listened to a lot of their music. And I distinctively remember having that feeling when their songs came on the radio when I was young. Now, funny story I'm going to tell you guys. In my adult life, you know, I've lived at different places, but I grew up as a teenager and lived part of my adult life in the city of Ottawa. Ottawa is the capital of Canada, eh? It's where they had the big trucker protest earlier this year that you guys probably remember. I don't care where you are in the world because it was on every station. It was a big deal. But for many, many years, many decades, the big music hall, the big venue there was called Barrymore's. And I remember it was the summer of 2002. And I remember Saga were coming to Ottawa. And by this time, even though it was 2002, like these guys had been around a long time and they were getting older. Barrymore's was a big music hall. I forget what the capacity is. I actually played there a few times. But in 2002, I was so naive. I thought, you know, wow, they're an older band. There probably won't be a lot of people there. I'll just get my tickets at the door. So I remember going there. And Bank Street is one of the main streets in Ottawa. It's a very long street that goes right from downtown all the way out of town. And I remember driving and finding a parking place and going, oh my God, there was a lineup of people down Bank Street from Barrymore's and then down a side street. And I thought, uh-oh, could be a problem. So I was behind these two guys in line. I went by myself. I remember at that time I was, you know, I'm going to try and be nice in my video, but I'd just gotten out of a relationship that I wasn't particularly happy in for some time. And I just wanted to go out and have a good time and celebrate. And a lot of my friends, I tend to be a last minute guy saying, hey, you want to go here? You want to go there? Dude, can you give me some notice? Anyway, I go there. I don't care. I went by myself. And waited in a long lineup to get in. And I remember sitting there and I got talking with these two guys. They were kind of irritated because their friend didn't show up. They were expecting a friend, meaning three of them. There's two of them. And they were expecting a friend to make three. And he just wasn't showing up. And so I said to them at one point, once we got talking, I said to them, I said, do you think I should have bought a ticket in advance? They're like, yeah, it's sold out. Anyway, they ended up selling, they had an extra ticket and they sold it to me and I bought it off them. I was very grateful. And I went in and put myself right at the front. I wanted to be right in front of the guitar player. His name's Ian Christian. They're a great band, guys. They had chops. They had some awesome... I'm trying to remember all the names of the bands. It was Steve Nagus on drums at the time. He's not with them anymore. Michael Sadler, who's the vocalist. He plays some keyboards, so he's just a wicked musician. Jim Gilmore. Is it Jim Christian? Anyway, there's brothers. The bass player and the guitar player brothers, and the bass player, he also plays some keyboards. Ian Christian's a wicked guitar player. He's got wicked chops. There's no doubt that, you know, I'm sure Dream Theater listened to Saga during their time. I'm sure they've influenced a lot of people. But anyway, I absolutely love this band. probably my favorite Canadian band. And I think, you know, they came out of Toronto a little bit after Rush. I think they toured together. Saga opened for Rush on a few tours. And I think they kind of maybe were overshadowed a little bit by Rush and their popularity. Rush are, oh my God, they're a phenomenal band. But I'm just saying they're a treasured gem, Canadian gem. A lot of people don't know about this band, and I think they should be a lot more popular than they are, although they still play it and they have a following. But the singer, Michael Sadler, he retired from the band a few years ago, and they had another guy come in, and just it wasn't the same. He's one of those people that'd be pretty hard to replace. But anyway, when I saw them in 2002, I remember after talking to Ian Christian, the guitar player, great guitar player, great tone, great guitar chops. I had a nice little chat with him. He was really nice. And yeah, so let's check it out. This is a performance that they did just a few years ago called On the Loose, which was probably their biggest hit song. So some of you might remember it. I think that came out in the early 80s. That was their big hit. Live at Rock of Ages. Okay, let's check it out. Saga, my favorite Canadian band. Dude, these guys are like in their 60s, and they're rocking it, man. Can you imagine being able to sing and play guitar like that in your 60s? Oh my God. Now, the drummer's quite a bit younger than them. I forget what band he was with, but... Now this is pure coolness, my friends. Pure coolness. Just check it out. It's awesome. It's so cool because the singer and sometimes the bass player will go up and start playing keyboards too. And their main keyboardist player is it Jim Gilmore? Bad with names. He's awesome. I freaking love this band. Friends, I love that band. That is my favorite Canadian band. You know, they had their time. They were popular. They're still popular, but I just think they're so talented and they're so amazing. They should have been another level higher. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those bands where, you know, everyone in the band's a wicked musician, and they're just really cool. They were kind of too cool for school, but cool before cool became cool, if you know what I'm saying. Saga, S-A-G-A. Canadian band, my favorite. That was on the loose just a few years ago, live at Rock of Ages. Wind 'Em Up was another big hit from them. The Flyer, they had a bunch of songs. But I love the band. I love their stuff. And I think they're awesome. So that is my favorite Canadian band. If we're talking about in the rock realm. Now, if we get into metal and other stuff, that could be a little different. But overall, it's my favorite Canadian band. So, remember, guys, keep the comments and suggestions coming. What do you think of Saga? My favorite Canadian band, eh? That's what it's all about. Remember, practice hard, but practice smart. We'll see you soon.